Hello guys, it's Danny here, and today I'm going to give you guys a lap guide on the brand new daily race C, which is a Watkins Glen, and we are back in the Group 3 cars, and today we'll be using the Toyota Supra Group 3 car. So if you guys have watched my live stream earlier, this is my old account over here. We did a lot of races from the back and one in the front, but then we now are back in the main account and we hopped on to do all the time trials so I can give you guys a lap guide for this week. And yeah, few mistakes here and there, but it's still a pretty decent lap that we did. We did a low 42.2, and yeah, I'll show you guys how to do a lap at this combo. So running up the last corner, as you can see, just rounding up the last corner over there, trying to catch much speed on the exit and starting the lap over here. You want to aim to start the lap at around 228 to 230 kilometers per hour, depending on the track temperature you get. You actually can't see the track temperature, but you can probably have a guess of what track conditions you're having based on the ghost. But if you have like preload someone else's ghosts, and if you're driving a straight line, if they are behind you by a little bit, that means you have better track conditions than them. If they are ahead of you, that means you probably need to retry the time trial session again to get the best track conditions. But anyway, here's a lap guide. So your first braking marker for turn 1 is pretty much when you're level with the 200 meter board over here. Braking hard, down to second, and just before you hit the apex, you want to quickly upshift to 4th gear to get the early acceleration going. And once the car is on the apex, you instantly floor it in 4th gear. Do not run too wide over here. Keep at least 2 wheels on the outside curbing over here. If you run too wide, you're going to get a half second or 1 second penalty. So let's keep your 2 wheels on the curb until the car builds up the momentum, and just ride the curbs here and ride this curb as well to minimize the time loss. So try and keep as close to the track as possible. So a second braking marker is pretty much once you slightly pass the 300 meter board, and once you're pretty much pretty much in between the 300 meter board here and the master post, since you're on the soft tire. So downshift to 5th. So past the first part of apex, then you go down to 4th gear, and then you keep the steering pretty smooth as possible over here. And then you floor it once you're in the middle of apex, and you you don't feel the understeer effect. You just floor it in 4th gear. So you want to have a small lift once you're passing the final apex of the chicane, as to avoid getting the car thrown off the track with the bumps in the curbing. So just lift to avoid the bumps. Once you're pretty much level with the first advertisement board on the right, that's when you brake, keep it in 4th gear, try and hug this inside curb as much as possible, and then you floor it once you pass the electrical pole on the right hand side. Just floor it in 4th gear, keep the steering very smooth. Reduce the steering angle to avoid understeering wide, especially if you go wide on the left part of the track here, you're going to get a penalty. But as long as you keep 2 wheels on the curb, it's fine. So the next braking marker is a 200 meter board. Just brake when you're alongside it. So down to 2nd gear here and up to 4th. So you're exiting in 4th gear, and you can floor it really early once the car is pretty much facing the end of the fencing on the right. You floor it while bringing the steering back to you. So holding 4th gear until you reach the 100 meter board. Braking just as you are almost neck and neck with the 100 meter board. So downshifting in 2nd. And since you're on the soft tires, you can pretty much floor it early into 3rd gear. So you're pretty much flooring it on 3rd gear as you're facing the sky. Either you're almost neck and neck with the master post, or you're pretty much facing the sky, facing forward like that. You're pretty much flooring it in 3rd gear. But to avoid the wheel spin on the exit, you want to minimize the steering input. Just bring the steering back to about 45 degrees to the right, just bring it back slowly, have an acute staying angle on the exit. The car will have enough grip on the soft tires to rotate. You don't have to force the steering too much. So you hold fourth gear here. So once you pass the 200 meter board, or once you're pretty much smack in between the 200 and 100 meter board, you're pretty much braking the straight line over here, engine braking down the first gear, and then you quickly upshift 2 gears up to third gear once the car's on the apex, and then you can fly it early just like that. So early exit, and for this corner, you brake when you're pretty much level with the 100 meter board over here. So down the first gear for extra rotation, and up to third gear again, and as you can look at my throttle inputs, I'm pretty much very careful on applying the throttle because it's a very bumpy uphill left-hander, and you want to build up the acceleration as early as possible without causing too much wheel spin from the uneven road surface. As you can see, about 40 to 30 degrees staying input to the left as to avoid oversteer from if wheel spin occurs. So for the penultimate corner, you're pretty much lifting after the 100 meter board, keeping the staying angle to say about 70 degrees, 75 degrees to the left to reduce the understeer, and therefore maintaining a pretty fast apex speed, like about 188, 187 kilometers per hour on the apex. So don't run too wide over here. Just keep at least 2 wheels on the outside curbing here, and bring the car back to the outside of the track. Bring the car to the left side for the final corner, and you're braking pretty much when you're level with the advertisement board. Down the third gear for the rotation, and you go up to fourth gear when the car is pretty much touching the apex already. Then when you go up the fourth gear, you can get a very, very early exit. So I give the car a small lift there just to avoid any understeer which might occur, which might send me into the wall. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. As you can see, it's a bit unorthodox to rev out the Supra a bit, but if it's like a short straight or a short run to the line, you can just hold a specific gear to avoid the initial time loss that you receive when you upshift in the Supra. So yeah, I think that's pretty much a lap guide for this week's daily race C. And remember, the strategy for this race is you were starting in front, 6 soft, 4 mediums. 6 laps on the soft, 4 laps on the medium. Make sure the tires save a lot. No matter what car you use, tires save a lot, okay? And yeah, that's about it, guys. If you're starting from the back, you can do lesser laps on the hard because you have a lighter car at the end of the race to pretty much have better tire wear on the soft tires. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's Daily Race C, and the Manufacturer Series is also at the same track and the same group of cars, which is a Group 3. And right now I'm going to leave you guys with a no commentary version of my lap, and this version is going to be pretty different because I clipped the actual footage of me doing the lap in real time, and it's not from this replay, so you can hear me, you can hear my microphone, you can hear me downshifting, upshifting, adjusting the knobs on my steering wheel, and all that stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this lap guide, and if you guys want more information on how to do the racing at this combo, I have left I'm keeping the live stream that I had earlier today, which is Monday the 26th of June 2023. It's on my channel, as you can see. Yeah, it's like a 2.5 hour live stream of me just doing daily race C, both from the back and at the front, so you guys can have an idea on how to save the tires and how to drive this car in race conditions, as well as how to battle with other drivers and how to deal with dirty driving and whatnot. So yeah, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the lap guide, and good luck this week. Have fun and have a great week. Take care, guys, and bye bye.